Hey guys, it's Angela Wilson with The Source Magazine and Her Source, here with the beautiful Syleena Johnson. And we're here on the set of Sister Circle TV, and she's going to give us all the tea on her music, and what's going on in her life, and the show, of course. Yeah, so did you imagine yourself doing something like this?
No, I did not imagine myself being a talk show host, but I do feel like it is a natural progression for me, considering that I am a writer, and the lyrics that I write in my records are for women, about women, obviously from a women's point of view. So I feel like this is just a new extension, actually a healthy extension too, I think.
Nice. So what's been going on with you outside of the show?
Child, there's so many things always going on. First, being a wife and a mother is always top priority, so that always takes up a lot of my time. But I'm also the CEO of a health and fitness company called Syleena Life, and just trying to manage SJ Entertainment, which is my entertainment company, and basically me being the business, houses my speaking engagements that I do, all of my shows, acting. I'm getting ready to go into production on a film called, Equal Standard with Taheen Bryant, which is a television producer in New York, with Tobias Truvion and Ice-T and some other amazing actors that I'm privileged to work with. So we're going into the production on that. I'm going to start filming that end of this month. I'm working on my album. I don't know the name yet. Rebirth of Soul is already out, and I'm working that. But I'm working on the next. That was a specialty album. I'm working on the next real, Syleena Johnson album. I don't know the name yet, but I am working with my producer from Chapters 4 and 5. His name is Toxic Productions, out of Complex Studios in Chicago. So that's why I'll be creating the album here and there. So we hope to finish that up. I just finished writing my book, The Wait Is Over. Yes, the weight spelled WEIGHD. But it's not like weight loss. It's like the weight of the world on women when it comes to body image and having to, keep up this image of being something that we may not be, The pressure of having to be something that we're not, in order to keep jobs, in order to get ahead in life, So that book is coming out. We're trying to do a late August release, depending on how much editing will be needed. If not, September. Sister Circles every day, 5 days a week. But I have shows coming up. I'm still on tour, a city winery tour right now. I'm doing July 14th is New York. July 15th is DC. I just booked Nashville and Atlanta. I don't remember the dates. One of them is August 3rd, and I'm negotiating Boston right now, City Winery. And I'm doing a Chicago. It's a lot, child. I'm doing a show in Chicago on the 29th, the African American Music Festival, which is the first of their kind at Navy Pier, which is very dope. And it's just all songs from like the 70s and 60s, and so that's going to be very, very fun. And I'm coming back home. So, I'm very busy. I'm very blessed. God has me moving and grooving. He's kept me moving and grooving actually for 20 years. So I'm actually, I'm very tired though behind all of it.
I totally understand.
Yes.
When do you sleep?
So I don't get sleep very well, but I try to get as much rest as I can, but I know that I'm not doing a good job at that, which is not making me happy, because I need it. I need my sleep, and we are 5 days a week live here at Sister Circle, which is very, very stressful, and we don't get much time off. We just recently took a week off because we only get 2 weeks really out of the whole year, and we work year round. So we are incorporating some other days off though, and they do let me have days off when I have other work. That's something that they never say that we can't do. They never do. They don't do. They understand that they've hired entertainers, and that we do have other revenue streams and lives. So I don't know. Maybe get some sleep next week. We got a 3-day weekend coming up, so maybe I get some sleep on Monday.
Okay, cool. Now, you mentioned your music. Now, if we look back on the 90s, we all love that sound of the 90s R&B. What happened to R&B of today? Where are the groups? Where are the harmonies and the just singing about love? What happened to that?
Well, I'd like to say that I did come out in the 90s. I came out in 95 technically, independent. But I wasn't signed. I was signed to Jive Records in 1998, but I didn't drop my first Syleena Johnson, as you know it, album until 2001. So I really, although I came from the 90s era, technically, but I didn't really come out until 2001. But I think that R&B was still very similar at the time between 2001 and the 90s, so I can claim 90s music. But I just want to make that clear because then, there's always somebody, she ain't come out today, she don't know nothing about it. But I did technically, it was just underground. It was independent, which is also interesting that I've been an independent artist before independent was even popping. But okay, but which tells my age. But which is not that old. I'm 41. I'm okay with my age. But I just think that as time evolves, I think that the music evolves with the time. And, it's going to be unfamiliar to us, the people who grew up in the era of the 90s music, and it's not going to be comfortable. But then you just have to think about our parents when they listened to our music and they were like, this ain't no good music, let me tell you what is, and then now at this age we appreciate their music. So it just goes to show that when we get older, our kids are going to appreciate even the music that was in the 90s and then beyond. Like I can still listen to a Mahalia Jackson record from way back, or Nina Simone, or, I can still listen to records from way back and still get something from them. The takeaway, though, is that it really doesn't matter. Music is universal, and it's going to go through different changes. Music is so temperamental. It's like hairstyles. You're just going to change up all the time. But you might wear this hairstyle for this season, be like, this ain't sharp, I got to go back natural, so it's just a hairstyle, and you just don't really like it. You just don't really like this hairstyle, but they're going to change it up.
Right, yes. So when you look back over your career, look back over your life, do you have any regrets? Anything that you would do differently if you could?
Yes. When I look back over my career, I wish I would have been more adamant about standing up for some of the things that I really wanted and believed in as far as the music industry was concerned. I think I was afraid to be labeled or pigeonholed, and I stayed quiet a lot because, in the music business, if a woman speaks up, even though I was still very, very vociferous on certain things, especially when it came to my creativity, but I feel like I let a lot of things slide because I didn't want to be labeled as a bitch, and I didn't want anybody to think I was a bad person in the industry, and so I was a people pleaser very early on in my career, and I think it didn't hinder me, but I think it made my journey a lot longer to get to where it is that I need to be, or I want it to be, But that, and I wish I would have created more long-standing relationships with some of these amazing producers that I've been able to work with throughout the time. I'm just a loner like that, I guess, and I don't know, maybe they felt like they couldn't. I had great working relationships, but just like real friendships, I never tried to pursue any of that really with anyone, as far as producers are concerned, or even artists. I maybe have one or two, just really one. Leela James is like one I talk to on the phone and text and back and forth, people that I really, as far as the music industry is concerned. There are friends in the industry that when I see them, it's automatic, like Avery Sunshine and Asia from Asia Fatine, from Kindred, and so Eric, E-Rose, what I'm saying, Dave Hollister, there are people that when I see, it's automatic. Hey, friend, and you feel comfortable around them and can have full, long conversations. But I mean, like someone that is like close. Like my dad was close to Minnie Riperton. My dad had friendships. I didn't really establish that at all. I wish I would have done that more. And business relationships. I wish I would have known more about multiple revenue streams. If I was smarter financially with my money and all the things that I do now, I wish I would have known that in my 20s, because I think I would have been a lot further now in my life than I would have been a lot further now than I am if I had known that.
Right. So do you consider yourself an introvert? Is that why the friendships never cultivated? Introvert, loner?
What's interesting, you know, I'm not exactly an introvert. I am the type of person that can get along with anyone, that can talk to anyone, and I am very compassionate when it comes to people. I have a innate ability to connect with people's emotions and pain, even if they don't tell me about it. Some would even say I'm like an empath, you know. I'm very in tune with myself, my discernment, and others, and I feel for people very deeply.
Right.
So I wouldn't say that I was an introvert, but I do feel that when it is time for me to retract, I retract hard, and I go inside, you know. And I like to be around surroundings that are very familiar. And I don't really like newness. New people coming over my house, new friends, and, you know, I'm very skeptical of new things, you know, as far as, because I have OCD, so normalcy is very important to my mental, you know, my mental functionality. And I say that lightly. I don't have OCD to the point where it's just, you know, ridiculous. Like I can't be in a room with it, but I do like order, and I do like things to be the same. I want to wake up in the morning, come to Sister Circle, and everybody's here and everybody's the same. I know that might not be the case, but I function better in that type of environment. If I come to the circle and Quad is sitting next to me, I will freak out. Rashawn sits there. No one else can sit there. So, I mean, it does take me time to get through things, but I don't know what you would call that. I'm not exactly an introvert. I mean, I'm a people person, but to an extent.
Yeah. Okay. Syleena, what brings you the greatest satisfaction?
The greatest satisfaction, my greatest satisfaction, if I had to just sit here, and because there's many things that satisfy me, make me happy, but it's the smaller things in life. I would say my greatest satisfaction comes from the simple things. One, the relationship that I have with God, knowing that I have Him, knowing that He's there, knowing that I can always count on Him. And when things go wrong, I know I can go to my closet. So having that foundation is very assuring, and it brings me happiness and peace. My family, seeing my children thrive, it's the greatest satisfaction. Knowing at all times that my husband is cool, everything is all good, we straight. And I have a best friend to go through my journey in life with. Even if he get on my nerve and I argue with him and this, that, and the third, God has given me someone to handle this thing with, you know. Greatest satisfaction. Being able to work, being able to share, to have a platform like Sister Circle, to be able to sing records and heal women, to have a gift. It is satisfying to sing, leave it out on the stage, see what it's done for others, and see the reward. The reward is helping others. The reward is service. I've spoken about this before, but the reward is serving. I don't know about you, but sometimes something can happen to you, and you ever feel like you'd be like, oh, yeah, that's good, I did good, you know. But if something happens to someone that you love, oh, my goodness, jumping up and down, you're doing cartwheels, all kind of stuff, child. I like to see other people happy. I like to see other people win. I'm inspired by other black women being accomplished. It makes me want to be accomplished, not to take what they have, but to join them in what they have. I find satisfaction from so many things. Black men being great, taking care of their kids, loving on their wives. I find satisfaction in peace and happiness, and really my family and the things that God has given me.
Yes, amen. I think that is a great note to sign off on. I am inspired over here. Did you miss your calling as a pastor or inspirational speaker or something? Because I want to give an offering.
Well, I always take offerings, whether God said or not. My pockets is always open for any type of bag. But You know, it's funny you would say that because I am speaking now, and I'm with this new book. I hope to go on a speaking tour, and the book is called "The Wait Is Over," and I want to talk to women about body image and loving themselves and how to accept themselves. And my greatest lesson learned was that everything about me is exactly how I'm supposed to be. And I spent a lot of time trying to change stuff because somebody was uncomfortable about it. Oh, Syleena, you're too loud. Okay, let me be more quiet. Oh, you talk too much. Oh, well, let me scale back. Or you're too tall. Well, let me not wear heels. Oh, your butt's too big. Well, I'm going to wear bigger clothes. You know, whatever it is that was uncomfortable with others, I spent a lot of time trying to conform to what their perception of me should be. So my greatest lesson was to learn, exactly how you were made up from the strand of your hair to your toenails is exactly how you're supposed to be, because it's going to benefit something somehow in this world, because we're all here for something, a service. So however you're made up and built up and equipped, you need that equipment to do what it is you got to do. So I'm speaking, talking about that, and then I have this saying that I say that I talk about in my speaking bureau. Well, not my bureau, but when I speak, and it's called the "this old thing" syndrome. Women subscribe to it quite often. Girl, that's a nice pocketbook you got there. Oh, I love that eyeshadow. I bought this in the gym. Girl, that's hair. Where you get this hair? This is old, child. This old hair. I didn't, you know what? That's what we do, and we teach others how to devalue us by doing that. So I talk about that, valuing ourselves. Like some of the things that Mickey Taylor was saying on our show today were just, oh my goodness. Oh my God, if I could just put her in my pocket, child, and push play on her every day. I wish she was just a recording. I just put her in the car and push play. So yes, I am speaking because I do feel like that is the next progression from this. See, God had to have me first sing to the people, then He gonna have me talk to the people, then He gonna have me really talk to the people. Really.
Yes. So how can we follow you? What's all your social media handles, website, so we can keep up with you, and when you're coming to our city?
Oh, well, you can follow me on Syleena Johnson, all on word on Instagram, Syleena Johnson Official on Facebook, Syleena Life on Facebook, SyleenaLife.com. My website is SyleenaMusic.com, which is the bomb. It's very fun. Talks about my natural hair journeys and all kinds of stuff. And then Sister Circle. You can find me every single solitary day, child. And I say that with much every day, down to the circle. At 12 p.m. on TV1. 12 p.m. noon on TV1. And I'll be in Chicago June 29th. Yes, or is this where we're going? Is this where we're in Chicago or in New York? Chicago, June 29th, yes.
Awesome. Well, we'll be there. I'll see you there, June 29th, City Winery. Navy Pier. Okay, Navy Pier. Even better. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Angela Wilson signing off with Syleena Johnson. Bye.